Hope everybody had a great day, interesting day in DR land. We'll talk about it. I will say up front, my streak was broken today. So I actually took a loss, and not an overall loss, but we lost a trade. Overall, we were still positive for the day, but we'll talk about that and kind of what happened, and where else we actually had some good trades for our strategy. All right, so let's get it started. Um, 25-point range today, roughly, and so that's a really good. I love the 16 to 20 plus point range. Again, it gives us room to maneuver, right? And so, a couple things. Pre-DR setting up at 10:30. Um, we had a massive fair value gap here, which again, if you were looking at ICT concepts, you would have found some pretty good trades here to the downside. So this is a bearish fair value gap. So we had a price come back up and test this gap. You put your box here, and so there was some good downside here. Came back up and did it again, and so there was some opportunities here. Get pre kind of DR setting up, and then so DR sets up. We've played this kind of this ping pong game between the range, all the way up till like 12 o'clock, right? So in the morning we went up. We thought about testing the IDR high and the DR high, and we just reversed off of that. Came back down, and then so here's something that we've talked about before. This blue line, which is the midnight open. Again, a lot of times the midnight will act as a strong support or a strong resistance. In this case, it became a very strong support because it was right above the IDR low and the DR low. But you see, price came down, tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then just took off. Okay, and so now what I was looking for was to break and test the low, since we had already kind of went up and we looked at the high and didn't decide not to do that, so we came back down. And so my expectation was that we would test the low, so I did not take a trade here, which sometimes I will, especially after it's tested it 4 times. You can put an order in, get picked up, and in theory you can get some good points here. Which again, you can see we went from like 41.40 and I'm going all up to like 41.60 almost. But here's where it gets interesting, right? So I did take a trade here, and my trade was right here so I missed this right off the midnight open. Okay, so price went up, so it's fair value gap form, and then this candle kind of gave you an opportunity to get in if you hadn't gotten in yet. So I actually took a trade right off of this candle, took the 5 points. Okay, and then I actually got out at my 5 points. I'm like, all right, this is good. And then I didn't get greedy, but I actually ended up taking another trade because I see price kept moving up, right? And so I got in the trade somewhere on this candle. Can't remember exactly. It was on this candle because I got stopped out on this other candle, but got on this candle and price was up. We were up about maybe 3 points or so. Yeah, we were around 3 points. I got like 150, $175. And so I'm like, all right. I had my take profit was up here at the normal 5 points. And so I'm just letting it do its thing, and it was perfectly fine. And then somehow, some way, the door just got slammed shut. I mean, this thing moved down so fast, and I couldn't even react fast enough. So went down, went from up a couple $100 to down. In this case, I can't remember what it was. Probably down $100 something. So next candle comes, starts to go back up again, gets to about 1 point, about $50, and then it slams back down again, right? So at this point, my stop loss is 5 points down. So this is somewhere down here, and then so I'm like, well, I'm stuck now, right? Because like I'm still negative, and so then this candle comes down and just slams the door shut on me, right? So took a 5 point loss on there on the yes. So that was 250 that I lost here. I'd gotten 250 here, so I'm literally, at even if you take out commissions. So that one didn't feel good, but also I wasn't, this was my fault, right? Because this is not my strategy. Okay. And that's what, I preach it to you guys all the time, but it happens to all of us. It happened to me today where, I got greedy trying to do something that wasn't in my strategy, right? So got not lucky here. I mean, I took this wasn't a gut 5 trade here. This was okay, we got price moving to the upside, price is coming back down. Let me jump in, take the ride up. So that's a legitimate trade. This, once I got up here, if I look to the left, I see we got relatively equal highs over here. We had a bearish fair value gap here. So there's clues over here that I probably could have looked at, and I probably could just taken, the 2 or 3 points up here. But again, that it slammed down so fast. Like I said, I just couldn't. No way you can move that fast, right? You see how I call it the wicked wick. All right. So anyway, so now I'm roughly even. And then, we come down and we actually test out the 0.5 fib, but we hadn't confirmed either side yet. So I actually did not take this trade. So when I get up here, now this is lunchtime. This is why I took that trade at lunchtime, because we always get some decent movement at lunch most of the time. So again, back even at 1 o'clock. Again, normally 1 o'clock there's movement as well, but I'd just gotten my butt kicked over here, so I wasn't really interested in taking this trade yet. I said, let me get back to following my rules, like I always talk about. So here's the next trade. So price comes up, tests or confirms DR high, right, on this candle. Then it retraces here, okay, on the very next candle. So if you guys know me well enough by now, my order was placed on this IDR high line right here. Got picked up. 5-point stop loss, initial 5-point take profit. Price went down some, went up some, went down some. Got down about 2 points. I was okay because again I still had some runway here for it to come down on me, because again I'm still a little shell shocked from this move over here, right? So I'm watching it, but I'm gonna let it play out, and then price just moves back up. So we go up from like 41.61, and then I think I got out at 41.71. So no, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did get 10 points on this one. Okay, I had it set. I had moved my take profit up to 15, and then I'm like, oh, price is moving up pretty well, so I moved it up to 20, and moved my stop loss to 10. And so when it went up and then came back down, it took me out at 10 points, which again, that's a phenomenal trade. I'm up, that's $500 on the ES, so I'm good there. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm back on the right side of the world. Price comes back down. It tested again, test this DR high. I missed this trade. Okay, there's no other way to say it. I just missed it because I was actually in the office today. I'm not usually in the office on Thursday. Had some meetings and things like that, so I really didn't have a lot of time to really be in the market. But but I was here for this, and I just missed it because that was been another a nice 5-point trade here. Okay, so so the next action happens. The price comes back down again. We've been taking out these buy side liquidities all day. I think we took out like 3 of them on this way up here. And so price comes down. I thought we were going to get down to 0.5 fib, which I was ready for that one. I set my alert on the 0.5 fib. Never got there. Turned around and then went back up again for the retest. I did get in this trade at 3 o'clock. So again, my order is placed right here on this IDR high, and then that's around 41.60, and again that's a 5-pointer, just a real quick 5 points, right? I'm scalping because that's what I felt like doing, and so I could have waited and went up and did more, but at this point at 3 o'clock I was done for the day. I'm like, that's 15 points on a really a bad trade day for me, and so I didn't bother taking any of this other stuff. But you can see there was actually another trade here you could have taken, which would have been 5, maybe probably even 10 points if you had taken this trade, at least 5. And then now you're getting toward the end of the day, and price just kind of peters out and it comes back down. So overall it was a positive day, but I was disappointed in this trade, right? So you can be right 99% of the time, but that 1% you're wrong. That's when that gets to you. And so this one got to me because I was up 3 points to 3 points, and I could have taken the trade. I had my finger on the button, and then it just, like I said, just slammed shut on me, and nothing you could do, right? So that one bugs me, but overall, just a good day. And the thing with DR, and we talk about this a lot in my groups, is you got to have patience, right? And patience is PAY, shints. Right? So because to get paid, you have to actually have patience to wait for your setups and things to happen, and it may take most of the day, right? So that's why we always say I always put alerts. So once DR sets up in the morning, I put an alert at least on IDR high and IDR low. Okay, because once that happens, then I can start paying attention. Like today, we had a small gap between IDR and DR on both sides, but put a alert here. System lets you know to pay attention, and you can just, honestly, I shouldn't have been even paying attention to this until I got my alert here at 1:30. Okay. And then when this happened, like I said, I set the alert at 0.5 fib, but it never got there, so no harm, no foul. All right, so overall good day. No complaints from me. A little frustrated, as you probably can tell, but I'll get over it. Tomorrow is the last day of the week. Don't forget, Monday is a non-trading day. I don't know. Can we do futures on Monday? I'm not even sure. I gotta check it out. I gotta look and see what Tradeovate says about this one. So we'll look and see. But anyway, hope you guys again had a great day, and appreciate all the support. Questions, just drop them in the comment section, and I'll make sure to respond. And that's it. We'll do it again tomorrow. Y'all be good.